Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Program Launch Press Conference of Internationale Tanzmesse NRW. My name is Karolina Landowski. I'm responsible for press relations at Tanzmesse, and I really like to welcome you here. And this press conference is streaming online on our website right now, so I also like to welcome everyone who is joining us online. And we're here to present a program for the Tanzmesse, which will take place August 31st to 3rd of September, and will bring together artists from more than 45 countries. After this event has been held digitally in 2020, we are super happy that this year artists, dance professionals from all over the world will meet again in Düsseldorf, Leverkusen and Krefeld. The organizer of Tanzmesse is the NRW Landesbüro Tanz under the management of Heike Lehmke, who is here with us today. So I would really like to particularly welcome her. And also very, very warm welcome to our associate curators who took a very, very long way to be here together to present you all the next program of the Tanzmesse. It's Julia Asperger, Natasha Melo, Dan Don, and Kito Tembe. And they will later on present you a selection of the 30 performances we have on stage at Tanzmesse. But first, I would like to welcome the two new co-directors, Isa Köhler and Katharina Kucha, who will introduce you to the transformation of Tanzmesse.
Hello, also warm welcome from my side, and of course I would like to welcome everyone who's joining us online. It's our absolute pleasure as new co-directors to host our first Tanzmesse, and we're just super happy that we are finally able to meet again live this summer with the whole dance community in Düsseldorf.
Yeah, also a very warm welcome from my side as well. We are so much looking forward to present our first edition of Tanzmesse this summer and to today give you first insights of the new developments of Tanzmesse and in our program. When we were thinking about how we imagine Tanzmesse to be in the future, also taking into account the development Tanzmesse already took in the recent years, and the current needs of the international dance scene, it became very clear to us that the main value of Tanzmesse is its function as a networking event. We want to provide a platform for exchange, for the transfer of knowledge, and for the building of long-term relationships. And these are the aspects we are focusing on while starting a transformation process with Tanzmesse to shift it from a marketplace to an international dance meeting. Being able to drive this further development forward is thanks to our supporters. And we would like to take the opportunity today to thank all our funders for their support and their trust so far, and give a special thanks to our main funders, the Ministry for Culture and Science of the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, and to the state capital, Düsseldorf. The transformation process we are starting with Tanzmesse this year is being supported by Tanzpakt Reconnect as part of Neustadt Kultur, an initiative of the German Federal Government Commissioner for Culture and the Media. We are implementing our concept in 3 sections: the Agora, the discourse program Talk and Connect, and the performance program. For the selection of the performance program, the decisive criteria was, of course, the artistic quality of the works. Still, we were giving ourselves some programming guidelines in order to present you a really broad program and give a good insight in the diverse international dance scene. So we were aiming to have a representation of artists of different gender identities, ages, abilities, and origin. Also taking into account the geographical spread and to have a good balance between emerging, mid-career, and established artists. We will launch the full program today, and you received a list of all the selected performances with your press kit. And our associate creators will later on give you a closer look in some selected productions.
As you heard before, there's the name Agora. The Agora is actually the new name for our exhibition halls that are again located in the NRW Forum in Düsseldorf. The new name, as well as the redesign, are less catering the idea of a marketplace, as you heard the shift that Katharina described before. Instead, the Agora is actually the result of an architectural process that we had with the architect Markus Miesen and his team of the Studio Miesen. We had long conversations with him about productive forms of social gathering to create an open space that would allow us as a dance community to network, to collaborate, and to find new cooperations. We wanted to create an open space that allows these different possibilities of communication. When we opened the bookings in autumn last year, the pandemic, as we know, was still at a very high rise. The theaters were mostly closed around the globe. And we just started the process. So we couldn't communicate how will the Agora look like? How does it feel? How will we be together? We could only say, we are now having this new thinking, and but we had the trust from the exhibitors, and there was such a hope and need that we would be able to finally meet again internationally in summer, that actually everyone went and did their bookings, and we are very happy to have more than 45 countries present in the Agora this summer.
With Talk and Connect, we will establish a discourse program which extends over 3 days. The main goal is to give room for discussion and to deepen the relationship between the professional visitors. And the themes we set for Talk and Connect are inspired by the performance program. We will set one main topic per day, and each day structures in a keynote, a panel discussion, followed by smaller group sessions. The first day, under the title Unexpected Relation, deals with international collaborations and raises the question how to reshape the international nowadays. In unapologetic bodies, speakers from different dance professions come together to talk about non-normative bodies in dance under a normative gaze. And on day 3, Unprobable Futures takes a look at the impact dance has on local communities and what social strategies may arise from that. In cooperation with the Dachverband Tanz, the Tanz Congress and the Tanz Platform, we will also host a cultural political panel on transnational collaboration, which will be open to the public. The full program of Talk and Connect will be live streamed and therefore be accessible online.
For the first time, we're actually launching a pre-day that will highlight our local dance scene. And with the pre-day, we would like to invite an international artist to discover our diverse scene in NRW and to exchange with its actors. We're going to head off in 3 different bus tours towards the cities of Wuppertal, Cologne, and Essen. There we're going to visit archives, production houses. We will see artist initiatives, we'll visit artist studios, we will see residency places and get to know new mentoring projects. This wonderful day is supported by the Cultural Secretariat of the region of North Rhine-Westphalia. Also, thanks to the generous support of our National Culture Foundation, we are able to as well have a digital program. The digital program will have a VR space that you can enter from hopefully anywhere, wherever you have a stable internet connection. And in the VR space, we're going to have 4 artistic works in full length. We will have 1 day of discourse program with experts and of course artists from the digital realm. And we give insights to 4 projects that are still in development and will give us a little glimpse into the future of the digital. This digital program is co-curated by Anneliese Ostertag, who's also here today and who I would like to warmly welcome. And as I mentioned, as it's still in development, we gonna launch the full program on the 1st of June. But I would like to reveal 2 names. One is Choika Fai, Singaporean artist based in Berlin, and the Portuguese artist Joana Chicao.
Yes, thank you, Katharina. Thank you, Isa. You have later on the opportunity to ask questions. But now we're going to go on with the program specials. There's also a Canadian special at this year's Tanzmesse, and together with Katharina and Isa, the 2 Canadian guest curators, Kathy Levy and Myrna Zagar, have made a selection of Canadian artists and performances who will be presented at the Tanzmesse. And this selection of the Canadian dance landscape has been supported by the Canada Council of Arts and the Government of Canada. And Kathy and Myrna, they have they prepared a little short introduction into 2 of the Canadian pieces, which we're gonna see right now.
National Arts Center, which is located on the unceded territory, and I'm the executive producer of dance at Canada's National Arts Center, which is located on the unceded territories of the Algonquin Nation, now known as Ottawa. I'm so pleased to have worked closely with my colleague Myrna Zagar from Vancouver and with the co-directors of International Tanzmesse, Katharina and Isa, to select the Canadian program for this year.
Hello, everyone, and my name is Myrna Zager, and I'm the Executive Director of the Dance Center, located on the territories, unceded territories of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh nations on the west coast of Canada, what today is recognized as Vancouver. Likewise, it was really a pleasure to work with Kathy and the Tanzmesse team on this very exciting program. It was tough, as Canada is such a rich dance country. And we had so many wonderful proposals, and we had to choose only a set number. However, I'm very confident that the program at Tanzmesse will pique your curiosity and inspire you to come and visit us here in Canada and explore the dance scene.
15 different Canadian companies and works were selected for Tanzmesse from a very long list of applicants. And we feel collectively that this program will give a good look into some of what's happening in our country in dance today. There will be 5 performances on stage, 1 site-specific outdoor performance, 1 video installation, 4 pitch sessions, and a special Canadian program with 5 open studios hosted at the Ballet House am Rhein. This presentation of the Canadian dance landscape is generously supported by the Canada Council for the Arts and the Government of Canada. With special pride of place, the opening night of Tanzmesse will feature Colombian-born, Montreal-based Andrea Peña with her work 658 Manifesto, a triptych ensemble exploring the concept of artificiality in our post-industrial society.
Canadian dance is also defined today by a growing number of Indigenous dance artists, among which Brian Solomon takes a special place. Brian is of Anishinaabe and Irish descent, born in a remote village located in the north of the province of Ontario, and his works travel across Canada and have been presented in London, Amsterdam, and Berlin. I'm very confident that you will enjoy Thunderbird's transformation by this unique author whose works are always raw, challenging, but also so full of spirit. And they aim to help his people relearn their ancient bodies and take back the spaces these bodies occupy today. We look forward to seeing you at Canada's shows at Tanzmesse in August, and the opportunity to introduce to many different dance artists and also dance professionals from Canada and open up the conversation and possible collaboration between Canada and your locality.
Yes, so these were just 2 of 30 full-length performances you're going to see on Tanzmesse. And before we come to our selection of the selected artist performances, here are some numbers I'd really like to share with you about the next Tanzmesse. Because they're from more than 800 proposals from 55 countries. Isa Köhler and Katharina Kucha, together with the associate curators, have selected 83 productions and performances, open studios and pitchings in total, from more than 33 countries, like from nearly every continent. There are 30 selected artist performances, which will be staged in Düsseldorf, Leverkusen and Krefeld. 35 open studios, 5 of them Canadian, as you heard before, 18 pitchings, and 10 public performances, which are open on sale, including installations, performances in public spaces, as well on stage, and also pieces aimed to a young audience. And now let's watch all together the premiere of the Tanzmesse trailer. So as mentioned before, we have very special guests from abroad here. Together with Isa and Katharina, there are 4 associate curators who form the jury for the selection of the performance program of Tanzmesse, and we are super happy to have them all here. And yeah, it's not only the decision for the program, but also the task is to stay in a close dialogue with artists, with dance professionals, with decision makers to capture a diverse spectrum of dance we want to show you at Tanzmesse. So please come forward, the jury. So I will do a quick introduction. On the left, it's Julia Asperska, a cultural manager and curator living in Poland, who is currently building a collection of 21st century contemporary performing arts. Nice to have you here, Julia. Next, we have Natasha Mello, an artist, curator, and cultural manager who came here from Uruguay. She develops and leads collaborative projects at the intersection of arts and social organization, including the South American Dance Network and the Ibero-American Dance Platform. Nice to have you here, Natasha. Kito. Kito is director of the International Platform for Contemporary Dance, Kinani, in his home country, Mozambique, and also the co-curator of the festival Afro Vibes in Amsterdam, and one of the artistic directors of the festival Danse L'Afrique in Marrakesh. And last but not least, we have Dan Daw, UK-based Australian performer and choreographer, and Associate Director of the performance company Murmuration, with whom he develops and produces new works for disabled artists. We're super happy to have you here.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for being with us. I'd like to present two works that will be... First, I will start with one work by a Romanian choreographer, Ioana Marchidan. Ioana, in her work, likes to speak of contemporary feminism and the way education has influenced the way women are perceived in Southeast Europe. The piece that we are presenting, the reverse discourse, though performed on a female body, is a universal one. Ioana, as a performer, stands with her back towards the audience throughout the performance, and I find this simple choreographic gesture simply mind-blowing. The piece speaks of the power of dictatorship and the way it has impacted generations of bodies. And the second work I would like to present is a piece called Animal Carnival by Barbora Latalova and collaborators. Barbora is a choreographer from Czech Republic, a Czech choreographer, and she centers her work around young audiences. She's also busy doing intergenerational projects, and it comes as no surprise that she applied to Tanzmesser with a work that is dedicated to kids of the age of above 5 years old. The makers of the piece were inspired by animals and the world of animals and different gestures that they could observe there. And as they say, they journeyed underground into the clouds, they dived underwater and got lost in the tall grasses. What I appreciated most about this work is the way the makers were able to include children in the piece and encourage them to be active participators of the piece. This journey is both thought-provoking and fun, and I encourage you all to join us and to experience this work together.
Thanks, Julia. Hi, everyone. I've got the pleasure of introducing Sindri Renewed, who's an artist from Sweden, and I've known them for 10 years and followed their trajectory as an artist and maker and CRIP advocate, and doing some really exciting things, looking at their relationship to their CRIP body and their queer body when placed in relationship to the outside world. And through their work, they play a lot with objects, they play a lot with touch, voice, and sound, and their work is very, very sensual and finds ways of bringing audiences into that lived experience. To share with you some words from Sindri about their work. At the moment, the piece for me is a lot about claiming your own right to investigate and be with your pleasure in life, and to engage in phenomena of attraction and love on your own terms. It's also about how we can dive deep into everyday and trivial situations and find joy in expanding sensorially into them and metaphorically connect them to bigger political questions of how we choose to live our lives. The second piece I'd like to introduce to you is a piece by Chijimo Dance Theatre from Taipei. This piece demonstrates a playful, sustained and embodied response to ideas around space. The space of individual dancer becomes shared with other performers, and the space being around creates a sense of intimacy. The barrier between the audience is broken by bringing individual audience members into the performance space for improvised scores. And this is why this work spoke to me so much, because it interrogates the relationship dynamic between the viewer and the viewed. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. How are you? Everything is fine? Okay, I want to intrigue you about two pieces. I want you to see all the program, but I'm going to speak about two pieces. One is from Argentina, the first one, from choreographer Luis Garay. He made a collaboration with the boxer champion woman, Undefeated. What Luis Garay does in all the work is go in the extreme relation between time and presence. And together with Karen, they build a dance of struggle, what they call a sculpture of struggles, a dance of resistance. So through repetition and all the transformation implicit in this repetition, what they put together is the tension between vulnerability and strength, between survivor and performance, and between performance and discipline. So this piece gives us the chance to approach a pure exercise in a form of transcendence. And whatever you call transcendence could be a myth, an act of faith, a ritual. The second piece that I want to speak is about Daniel Mariblanca. And Daniel Mariblanca is born in Barcelona, studied in Barcelona, but lives for a long time in Norway. It's the first company piece. And this is a multidisciplinary collaboration between choreography, between a photographer, and between a filmmaker. What they do is 71 live portraits presented together with 12 short documentaries and in a cinematic installation and a 71-minute solo performance about transgender from Norway and from Europe. It's the result of 2 years of research when we have the chance to approach the experience, the journey from these people in a unique and intimate process. And then, as it's like when we fall in love, that first you feel and then you understand this process. It's like give us the chance to go into the journey, to build empathy, maybe to build some care and compromise. This is what I like about this piece. Okay.
Hello. Oh, such a joy. I'm not go straight to what we present, because all the program for me, how we build this program, is be such amazing to work with these guys, and with the direction of our co-director is in Katarina. It's be really amazing to put together this 85. I gotta speak about all this performance. Can I? No, because just choose one of that. We didn't have a rule to choose. They're not the best performance that we gotta present. Let's say all of them, like 85, 83 performance, that we really hard to choose them. They're really the best ones that we have in this program. I really I don't know how you gotta deal with that, how you gotta see this performance, but I promise you guys, with this team, we did a really amazing job to put this 83 performance for all of you. Through Choose 83 performance, we just took some of them. I gotta speak about Taufik, is one of our guest performers. Taufik is not only a choreographer, but it's one of, let's say, the leaders of contemporary dance movement in the continent. So through his program of festival we call En Marche, he developed such a huge program of building the new narrative of the new youngest choreographers, new dancers, and also mix them with different choreographers and different levels of dance. And this piece that we present here has the results of this process as well. And Nyasha, it's a process that he developed through the traditional dance, and we bring this process, or this piece, let's say, that they put all the dancers at different levels of the dancer, let's say this, and the trance. And also the audience, we all gotta be in trance in this piece. Because through this traditional process that today we say, we have a style of music of put us in trance, but in this piece, it's all package of how the world be in trance. So, and then, yeah, I'm very excited. Sorry if I say something that is, it's not supposed to say about pieces, but I'm really excited about everything here. We have got also this piece for Laura Marfin. It's a piece that, let's say, we call the site-specific piece, but for me it's kind of composition, personally. Like now I speak about myself, how I find this piece. It's that kind of piece that I can invite all of you just to close your eyes and you go out through this piece with a real sense that you be an orchestra. How she made this with a simple packet, and how she composed the different sounds about through this packet. It feels like into this composition of music. I want to continue, but I know that I should stop. But yeah, it's very exciting to talk about the pieces, about everything. But yeah, I stop from here. I promise that I gotta come with the other 80 something. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Kito. Yes, Kito, I'm sure the audience would like to talk about all the entire performances after the press conference, so he will stay for a while. You're very, very much welcome. Thanks a lot to all of the jury, also especially for sharing your personal perspective on the pieces. I think it's really wonderful to have you here. And you will find all the information on the pieces in your press kits, along also with the facts and figures. We prepared for that. And of course, online in our press area. But before we go on, I want to share some numbers with you and some dates to save. It's the ticket sale, which starts June 1st for the performances have been mentioned, and registration for Tanzmesse starting today, May 17th. So you're very welcome. And here are the dates. The pre-day NRW will take place August 30th, and the International Tanzmesse August 31st to September 3rd. And we will be at some great venues here in Düsseldorf. Of course, the NRW Forum for the Agora, Tanzhaus NRW, Kapitol, FFT Düsseldorf, Freiraum, Weltkunstzimmer, but also public places such as the Central Library in Düsseldorf or other public spaces in the urban area where we're going to see performances. And in Krefeld, we will be at the Fabrik Heda, and in Leverkusen, the Forum Leverkusen. So a lot of great venues. We look very much forward to seeing you at Tanzmesse. And if you have questions for our co-curators or the co-directors, Isa and Katharina, please come forward. Now it's the time to ask. So take a seat. Are there any questions here from the press? No? But the journalists online had also the opportunity to send some questions via Slido, and I think Kerstin is... Are there any questions online? Okay, oh cool. Thank you so much. Okay, there's one question. Who is the audience of Tanzmesse? Who will answer it? Katharina.
Yeah, who's the audience of Tanzmesse? Tanzmesse is mainly for our professional audience, for the sector. That means, of course, the choreographers, the artists, but as well all these wonderful professions of people that actually work behind the stage. The presenters that are hosting the shows, the producers, the technicians, the distributors, light designers. So it's really about coming together as a whole sector to exchange. But of course, the local audience is also very important for us. Though we are not like your typical audience festival, we of course, as we bring so many international artists, we don't want to hide them from this great dance audience that we're having here. We are in Tanzhaus NRW, and we are in so many great venues that have built this audience over the years. And therefore, we opened 10 of our performances to the local audiences. We definitely would like to grow this number in the future, which will be a process as of well, like hopefully having access to more bigger venues to bring the professionals together with this fantastic audience in North Rhine-Westphalia.
Okay, thank you, Katharina. And there's another question. What is happening in the public space?
So there are a few performances in the public space, which you can also enter without a ticket, so they are for free. And one of those was already introduced, which is Abacus by Laura Murphy. And then we have another piece in the city of Düsseldorf. It will be outside. It's by the company 605 and called Looping. And they will do an adaptation for Tanzmesse from their actually long durational dance installation. They did an adaptation for us to a 90 minutes productions. And then there will also be a video installation by Peggy Baker, who's a Canadian artist. And she worked together with a group of women on female identities. And this video installation will be placed in the library and will be open to the public during the normal opening hours from the library.
Okay, thank you, Katharina. Are there more questions? No, not at the moment. Do you have any questions here? Maybe something? Good. So we will end this press conference now for the moment. Thank you very much for being here, for joining, for watching, for listening. And the Tanzmesse team will be around for any individual talks and questions. So please be free. I think especially Kito has some stories to tell today. So please grab a cold drink we have here, also some veggie bite to eat. And yeah, thanks again also from my side. If you have any further questions, just ask me as well, and have a nice day.